Welcome back to some more rank single battles. We'll be doing VGC. Just I've been, I haven't been able to catch up on the things that I need to catch up, but luckily we shall have a brand new team tomorrow for VGC. I kind of want to upload them simultaneously, where it's one VGC, one singles, or two videos a day, or one video a day. I don't know yet, but let's see what we have. It seems like these Pokemon are still going to be like the most popular usage. Damn. Okay. Well, I do like having Sneasler coming in just to be able to get that outspeed, but I think I might lead off with Rotom. And I kind of do want to bring in my own Heatran, to be honest. But that Urshifu just seems problematic. And I think the Flutter Mane on this set doesn't have Shadow Ball, it's Terra Water. Let's see, Ting Lu. Honestly, it might be Heatran. It might be Rillaboom Sneasler, to be honest. Yeah, this one's kind of a tough one. It's just so Ting Lu doesn't become like a major problem. I'll at least be able to Will-O-Wisp something, or get some damage off. I'm hoping it's not like Flutter Mane. I mean, we can Volt Switch out, but we'll see. See how it goes. Yeah, it is Ting Lu, so I'm okay with going for the Will-O-Wisp. And then switching out. It's probably going to set up Stealth Rocks and just start whirlwinding things. It's not too problematic, but we just don't know what Terra the Ting Lu is. We already missed right off the bat, which is not a great start. Stealth Rocks is up. It could be Heatran coming in. It could be bad for me to go for another Will-O-Wisp. So that's the scary thing. Dang. Do they make the switch out into Heatran? Is the question. Because Heatran could be really good against my team, somewhat, depending on what it has. I could make the switch out into Rillaboom. Expect to get, it might go for Ruination, which could be bad for us, but at least we'll be able to have Grassy terrain activated. Let's see, Stealth Rocks, Whirlwind, Earthquake, oh, Payback. So the safest play I can make here is, if obviously you can expect a Woodhammer, right? Again, either Dragonite comes in or one of the Pokemon that are not super effective to that, but I kind of want to go for a knockoff just to get rid of the item. Okay, cool. So whatever Pokemon comes in is going to lose an item. Let's see. It is Heatran, so this could be good for us. We get rid of Air Balloon, and then we can Stomping Tantrum. If they don't expect a Stomping Tantrum, maybe after they see that we are Life Orb, they probably think that we are offensive. I don't know if I'm pretty sure Heatran is faster than Rillaboom, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go ahead and double check that real quick. Let's see. Rillaboom. Heatran 77. I'm actually tempted to go for a Stomping Tantrum. Let's go for it. This should be a one tap, honestly. Okay, very nice. I thought Heatran was faster. I'm just so used to seeing this thing Scarf. Well, I've seen Scarf Heatran before, and it's actually pretty scary. Even choice specs is scary. But we have one Pokemon down. Tinglu might come in. I kind of want to see it go for a Terra. That way we don't have to worry too much. So I'm tempted to go for another knockoff. Just till we get rid of like Citrus Berry or any crazy item like that. So let's go for a knockoff. It might go for Whirlwind. Okay, so we could have actually Woodhammer there for free. Okay, it was Citrus Berry, so we don't have to worry about it getting any recovery. It is going to go for the Whirlwind. I'm hoping it's Sneasler. If it's Sneasler, we're in a really good position. At least I want to say, because close combat is looking very nice here. Okay, so we get the defense boost. We are going to take some Stealth Rock damage. Just a little worried. Let's see. We could go for a Dire Claw just to be safe. And I could Terra Ghost here as well. Terra Ghost Swords Dance, but then if I Swords Dance, they go for Whirlwind. Is kind of crazy. You know what I mean? I don't know what to go for, honestly. I'm trying to think of what else they can do, but I'm gonna go for it. I don't see myself going for Terra Rillaboom or Rotom. Of course, I feel like I need to keep Sneasler alive just in case if they do have Flutter Mane, so we potentially outspeed. That's if they're not like boosted energy speed. I'm just worried about Whirlwind at this point, and I feel like they're just here to just chip damage. Goes for Earthquake. Doesn't bother going for the Terra, so I'm kind of tempted just to go for a Dire Claw. I mean, a close combat. Let's go for a close combat. It doesn't seem like he's gonna Terra. Okay. We get the knockout. I'm overthinking this situation. It's just when you get to a certain like tier when it comes to Pokemon, you start overthinking these like situations. It's like I'm gonna get punished for it if I read it wrong, and it's just not gonna go up. So Urshifu comes out. Is this the dark? This is a dark one, right? I actually don't know. Okay, so I guess it's the Fighting Water. So let's go for a Dire Claw. Should be enough to pick up the knockout, and we potentially get a Paralysis, Poison, Sleep. I don't know what Terra. Okay, Terra Water. I don't think Surging Strikes is priority if I'm not mistaken. So even with Terra, this should still be enough to pick up the knockout. And if it is Focus Sash, but no, it's not, then we'll at least be able to have a chance to poison or sleep the target, which was the reason why I wanted to go for the Dire Claw. So far, very nice game. We definitely overthought the battle, but you know, I can't be wrong for it because I end up getting punished for it for not going for that aggressive play or making the safest play, and sometimes it does work out in the end, but who knows. It just, you never know what people are bringing into the battles. But let's go ahead and hop into another one and see what our next opponent has for us. I'm really tempted to bring in Heatran, but I just don't see myself bringing it in, especially if they have like an Urshifu or any of those 4 times Pokemon that just destroy Heatran pretty much. Tinglu I did bring in. I haven't brought in Flutter Mane. The Terra Water is something that I'm not used to without the Shadow Ball, and I can see why. I'm assuming Heatran is probably a popular pick at the moment because it can deal with Flutter Mane until it starts carrying like Terra Ground. And I actually set up a Terra Ground build on Showdown, and it was surprisingly destroying some things, which I can definitely see happen. But we have ourselves another opponent. Let's see what they have for us. As they are bringing in... Oh, that is very interesting. I'm a little bit worried. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I can bring in Heatran, but then they have the Garchomp. They have the Breloom. Like, even Breloom could be a threat, especially if it has Mach Punch, and if we miss Magma Storm, it all goes down. So, they have a lot of physical offense. So Rotom seems really nice here, to be honest. Yeah, everything here is physically offense, unless they're running like special choice specs Garchomp or something that I don't know. Fluttermane does seem really good here, and I think even Heatran. Let's see, Shadow Claw, close combat. It's a little skeptical, to be honest. But if Breloom leads, it's going to be problematic. I think I'm okay with leading off with Heatran just to get whatever damage I need to get off. And we bring in Rotom to potentially Will-O-Wisp things, and I think I bring in Fluttermane. Honestly, I'm not seeing myself bringing in this Sneasler. Yeah, we're gonna bring in Fluttermane. I don't see myself bringing Ting-Lu either. At least I don't think I will need Ting-Lu. Rillaboom could be beneficial, but I'm just feeling comfortable with this lead so far. I'm okay if Breloom goes for Mach Punch. I just don't want that thing to Bullet Seed my Rotom down. Or go for Swords Dance, because it can be really bad. So Mimikyu leads. I'm totally okay with this lead, unless it has like some weird item that I'm not aware of. But I'm going to go straight for a Magma Storm. I am kind of tempted to go for a Taunt, just because it might actually be Trick Room, which could be problematic. So let's go for Magma Storm. I could have gone for Heavy Slam. Okay, it is going to go for Swords Dance, so Taunt wouldn't have really mattered since we're not going to be outspeeding it. But at least we'll be able to get some chip damage with Magma Storm. Luckily it did connect here. Plus Substitute Decoy as well. We are Focus Sash. Heavy Slam is looking really nice here. Unless I'm going to expect something crazy. But Heavy Slam is looking really heavy here. So let's go ahead and drop that. Drain Punch might come out, which could be problematic as well. And I have a feeling it is Drain Punch. Oh, Shadow Slam. Okay. That's interesting. Is it Life Orb? It is Life Orb. Okay. So let's go for the Heavy Slam. Boom. Deleted. Mimikyu is great. It had its generation. It was a very scary Pokemon. Even without losing that. I think it was because of the Focus Sash and not losing any HP after Decoy was broken. I think that's what made it so broken. Okay, so we are good to lead in Rotom because we have Levitate. It could be a really greedy player and go for Swords Dance as well, expecting me to go for the switch. But I am very most comfortable leading off, bringing out the Rotom here, as we're going to dodge an Earthquake, or if it just decides to go for a Outrage to predict the Rotom coming in. It's pretty obvious, but we'll see what our opponent is itching for. I'd be itching for an Earthquake in that scenario, but let's see. Okay, he was itching for the Earthquake. We ended up making the right play here. Will-O-Wisp is really good here as well. I can also Terra Fairy just to avoid like an Outrage. But I think we want to Will-O-Wisp and potentially save our Terra. We are physically defensive, so I'm not going to worry too much. See, so we could have gotten for the Terra Fairy. It would have been a big brain play. So far, not too shabby. I am most definite happy to bring in Fluttermane here with confidence. Only because I can expect them to go for a Dragon Claw. If they go for an Iron... No, they wouldn't go for an Iron, right? This seems really free to bring in Fluttermane, so I'm going to make the switch and be in my most confident position here. So let's see, what do we got cooking here? So we got the speed boost. It does go for Swords Dance, which is very scary still. Okay, so we made the right switch. Obviously we're gonna be faster than Garchomp, so Moonblast should be hitting just enough to pick up the knockout here. Alright, boom. Enough to pick up the knockout. Garchomp goes down. Alright, in comes the what is this thing called? The Bisharp Lord. Heatran is looking really good right now. I could still potentially lose it. But the only problem here that I'm gonna make is that if I go for Moonblast, it's gonna get a special attack drop maybe, and that's something that I don't want. So I don't think I'm gonna need to tear anything. So I'm just gonna get some damage off. Go for the Terra Water. Just in case if it does like have like a Focus Sash, or just so if I need enough damage to pick up the knockout with Earth Power. If I'm not feeling confident with the Magma Storm, then I'm definitely gonna go for an Earth Power here. But most definitely Swords Dance looks like to be the play here, and they seem to be a really greedy player. So it's not going to be doing too much, but at least we're not dropping special attack, and we get another free turn here. Even if he decides to go, well, Sucker Punch is going to be able to knock me out here, which I should have thought about, because I could have gone for a substitute to avoid that, just to make the safer play, but we got a little too ahead of ourselves here. Or I could have gotten for a Calm Mind if I wanted to be a little bit more confident. No Sucker Punch coming out, which is unfortunate for my opponent, because I think it would have been enough to pick up the knockout. Go for another Terra Blast Water. Goes for an Iron Head. Maybe it's Choice Band. Or maybe it decides to go for Sucker Punch here. It does go for Sucker Punch. So we could have actually made the Calm Mind play, but I think at that point it's just mind games. So I do want to bring in... Let's see. We bring in Heatran. Sucker Punch isn't enough, let's say. Rotom Clutches? Or we Rotom, Will-O-Wisp, and potentially catch the burn? Because this is still winnable for my opponent. Or I could make the aggressive play and miss Hydro Pump, which would be very unfortunate. Or Volt Switch, but I think I'm going to go for the Willow. It's a little skeptical, so I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to do here. It is going to take damage from the Rocky Helmet, but Will-O-Wisp does connect, which is very, very good for us. So, oh, it has Guillotine. That is scary. We have to delete this immediately. What is going on here, buddy? What are you doing here? So, let's go for a Volt Switch. The Volt Switch, it should be enough to pick up the knockout even after Rocky Helmet. We should be able to live nonetheless. That is a very scary... what did I forget this Pokemon's name? Okay. Let's go ahead and I guess we Earth Power here. The Sucker Punch comes out, not going to be enough. The burn is amazing. The burn is cooking. And we get rid of the King Gambit. That's his name, King Gambit. Alright, we cooking up a lot. We cooking up some stuff with Heatran right now. It's not doing too bad, but that was great. That was awesome. With some great games, but we are going to wrap it up right there. Thank you guys very much for watching. Let's go ahead and look at the scoreboard real quick before we end the video here. Alright, so we're looking pretty good. Getting closer to Ultra Ball. It seems to be we're having better luck on singles. The Pokeball tier is going to be some fun stuff as well for doubles, but that's going to be the video. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.